Are you tired? Do you need help focusing? Well, today's video is sponsored by Catalyst Mints, the greatest gaming, wake-up, homework, study, working, driving mints the world has ever known. And all thanks to its Siberian Eleuthero root technology, giving you all that energy without the crash. Check it out with the link in the description and use the coupon code Gnoggin for a discount.
Also, now Catalyst Mints has affordable international shipping. And now here's your video.
One of the first things you encounter in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is this glowing blue magic water that Link is resurrected from. And just after getting out, it turns out that this same water can be used to transfer data to a magic computer, the Sheikah slate. Just what is this magic water then? Well, the answer is actually kind of simple, yet very complex. It exists in some form today and will play a major part in our future. At first, I thought nothing odd of this water. Link being brought back to life or healed within it just made sense to me. You see similar healing water chambers in all kinds of other sci-fi media like Star Wars, but when you get your Sheikah slate, it then says, distilling information. That took me by surprise. Distilling? What? Like how you can distill water? What does that even mean in this case? And then I saw it drip water onto the tablet and everything made sense immediately. Now, obviously, water in and of itself cannot transfer computer data. But what about distilled water? What does that mean? Distilled water is water that has had many of its impurities removed through distillation. Distillation involves boiling the water and then condensing the steam of boiled water into a clean container. Doing this makes it very clean, pure water. More pure than just passing it through a filter could do. But making water purely distilled still won't allow it to transfer bits and bytes of data. There is still no way for this to work unless we take water out of the equation, or at least make it a much smaller part of it. After all, you can distill almost any liquid. It doesn't necessarily have to be water. It could very well even just be a stream of saliva. Just like that dragon on top of Saliva Island in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. All the water on the island is revealed to actually be its saliva. It's ridiculous. Too ridiculous for a Zelda game, right? Right? Wrong! Any game series with Tingle in it can't get any weirder. While not saliva per se, this magical blue water may have a biological element to it. It transfers data via DNA. DNA data transfer has been a thing since the dawn of life. Sex is literally transferring one organism's DNA to another. But more recently than the dawn of life, scientists built a computer that could actually read and write in DNA. After all, computers read code, nothing but ones and zeros, and DNA consists of 4 chemicals, labeled GCAT. So all they had to do is tell the computer to translate those 4 chemicals into either ones or zeros, and then build the machine to write its own DNA and read it back. They saved a photo of their lab, and some Word documents containing important speeches such as I have a dream onto the DNA, and sure enough, they were able to transfer it to another machine, and that machine read it back perfectly. And the great thing about DNA storage is that it's significantly more challenging to corrupt any of the data. You can scratch a disk or damage a solid-state drive, but DNA is microscopic and dense, so it's not changing very easily. And even if it did get damaged, DNA's code is saved in a very specific way that never changes. Even if part of it gets damaged, the computer can easily figure out what that part was based on what's around it. DNA storage also lasts significantly longer than any other types of storage we have right now. Magnetic hard drives eventually lose their magnetism. Solid states, flash drives, CDs, everything else decays over time and will only last a few hundred years. Meanwhile, the DNA technology is estimated to be able to last thousands upon thousands of years. And that's without magic, meaning it would work a lot better for the Sheikah, who built this technology 10,000 years ago, at least. Also, because DNA storage is so insanely dense, the amount of DNA stored in the average adult male's pinky finger alone could contain the internet. Yes, the internet. The devices we use to store data on our computers currently can only get so dense before it becomes a physical impossibility to become any denser with the same methods. And DNA data solves that issue by being exponentially more dense than current hard drive technology could ever be. The Sheikah in Breath of the Wild already have more advanced technology than our own in some regards, like the autonomous robots that shoot lasers, and the laser weapons and laser shields, giant mechanical robot beasts that have force fields around them, resurrection, all all kinds of things. So DNA data storage for computers isn't so crazy for them. It's stored in a water-like substance, billions and billions of copies of the same data all floating around in these rocks. And when the time comes, it gets distilled, purified. The DNA is organized into the droplet at the bottom of the rock and transferred to the Sheikah slate. Almost like magic. Plus, being the masters of DNA that they are, they can use a similar liquid to submerge a recently killed Link and revive him. The DNA computer system in the water is reading his own DNA and perfectly rebuilding him cell by cell. An admittedly very slow and very sci-fi process, but not impossible for a fantasy world, of course. So what do you think? Sound plausible? Distilled DNA data transfer? Do you have any theories of your own on any awesome fantasy things that may be able to be explained by science? Let me know down below. And remember, if you want a calorie-free source of energy, check out Catalyst Mints. Link in the description. And never stop using your noggin.